I feel like we're gonna have a lot of food conversation today. Not only the fact that these are cake yarn, but it's coconut cakes. You know those caramel coconut clusters? If I had everything in my kitchen to make that right now, I totally would. I don't think I have any coconut, honestly. Might be making a run to the store. What is up, ghouls? Welcome back to the Yarn Dungeon. I took a little trip to Michael's craft store the other day to see if we had any new yarn out. This is kind of the time of year where they start putting the first bit of their springtime yarn, some cottons, no more wool, which I am very happy about, even though it's still really, really cold where I'm at and snowing and gray out and just like I need to work with wool because necessity. I want to make nice warm cozy blankets and cardigans. I'm kind of tired of it. Like I want to switch it up, use some cottons, a little lightweight yarn, switch up the size of my crochet hook. I'm done using a 6.5mm crochet hook for just a second, like not forever, but again, I want to change up the pace of my patterns. Yarn Inspirations has this yarny vault that around this time of year they release some cakes. These ones are not limited edition, they're not limited time only, or they don't have a sticker on it, but they are released at this time of year. Everything kind of phases out, they go away, and then the following year they'll put them back out again. Sometimes there's new colorways, sometimes there's ones that return, there might be different texture to the yarn. I'm just saying this ahead of time because I did not know that, and last year, this one in particular, the cinnamon swirls cake, again, I didn't see the sticker, there was no, which they normally have right here, a big limited edition only or limited time only sticker. They didn't have that, so I grabbed a couple of colorways and my queue is super big all the time, so I didn't really make time for it. Once I got to it though, I decided that I loved it. I wanted to make a cardigan, some leg warmers, just a lot of things I wanted to make from this because it's also a no wool. There we go. So it's 100% acrylic. I wanted to make things that I was gonna wear in the spring and summer that I could throw in the wash, throw in the dryer. I didn't have to worry about it, or didn't have to be delicate with it anyways. Went back to Michael's, everything had been clearanced and a lot of the colors were gone. Learn from my mistake. If you find any of these colors that you love and you wanna make a bigger project, just know that they're constantly changing these up. Normally when I find the new yarn at Michael's, it's the end caps and right in the middle. These ones were all lined up super beautifully so you could see the entire swirl of every single cake. They also had a giant sign underneath it that said BOGO. It was buy one, get one half off already. The other one of the lines anyways was discounted, like just a couple of dollars off already. So they won't have a giant sign that says new yarn or colorways return. You just kind of have to know, which is what I did in my planner last year. I wrote down, well, I actually had one of these tags in my planner, circle underline, was like, Kayla, look at Michael's this time of year, see if they bring these back. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some colorways. The name of this one is Cookie Cream Swirl. Even though they had a ton of bright colors, which I totally get because springtime, you know, happy bright colors. I don't use those to make my staple pieces, and that's what I want to use this yarn for. Again, cardigans, mittens, hats, scarves, backpacks, like all of those types of things, I want to use these. So having this color, black, gray, there's a lot of white in it, so I'm kind of thinking that's going to be the base of it. I don't know, we'll work it up here in a little bit and see what it looks like with the entire color coming out. But I'm hoping that this little bit right here is really gonna pop. So this is a medium number 4, suggesting a 5mm crochet hook. Machine wash and dryable, love to see that. 100% acrylic, 8 ounces in one of these cakes, 227 grams, 470 yards. So for the cardigans that I make in the springtime, I need about 600 yards. So 2 of these would be perfect, and I happen to grab just 2. I was on the fence of what I wanted to make. They have this pattern on the back which says it takes 3 balls of yarn, and it's this cute little wrap, which if you like a bunch of the bright, vibrant colors that they have, I think this would look really great with those, which is probably why they put that one on there, the little bit of ruffle on the edge. Maybe I want to make it though. It's crocheted ruffle shawl. Am I going to change my mind already? Probably. Is it on the inside? No, it's not in the inside. So you have to, wait, yes, it is. Let's just take this off. Why do I love it when they do that so much? I could easily go to their site, see all of the patterns that they have, but for whatever reason, it's just so nice that it's right here. In the car ride home, I can just pull this off and start working it up. 3 rows, and then after that, it's just a repeat. It would do a great job of showing the color worked up. Okay, we'll set it aside for right now. I loved the texture last time. I loved working it up. Hashtag Caron cakes that you can use if you want to see a ton of inspiration of other ghouls out there that are working this up probably right this moment in time. Since this is relatively new, you'll probably see all of these colors out there. If you're using them right now, please use this hashtag so I can also see that. That's it for this one. Okay, next up we have the skinny cakes. These, I also majorly love this. Caron skinny cakes, and this is in the color Smoke. I have this vision of working this up on my Addy machine and making a cropped cardigan, but like really, really distressed. Maybe every other or every 2 stitches, dropping that stitch and just kind of letting it do its thing. This weight of yarn works magic on the knitting machine. What does it suggest? It suggests a 4mm crochet hook, and it's a lightweight number 3. Which normally is kind of up in the air of it working well on my knitting machines. On my Sencho, this is kind of a hit or miss, but on my Addy machine, it works really well. I never drop a stitch unless I want to on purpose. The usual type of yarn that I go for is a medium number 4 weight. That's on all of my circular knitting machines, will work really, really well. Okay, this one also has a free pattern, but it's knit. Okay, there we go. So I'm not going to change my mind. This is super cute though. 2 balls of this skinny cake, and you can make this really fun colorway scarf. 8.8 ounces, 795 yards. So there we go. Potentially, not including the stitches that I'm going to use to pull everything together, because I'm just going to use some plain black yarn that I have. But this, I could do 1 full cake and make a cropped sweater. Machine wash and dryable again at yarnspirations.com. There is a ton of patterns. That is it. Again, no wool. This yarn, brand new to me, Caron Coconut Cakes. I stocked up on this color. Just saw it in store. It is really, really fun looking. And this one is called Licorice, a medium number 4 weight, and it's 78% cotton and 22% polyester, but it has these little bits on here that resembles coconut. Huge fan of coconut anything. There is a pattern on the side here, which I'm just not terribly interested in making right now, but I will keep the pattern or the tag for it. The Crochet Ridges Blanket Wrap. It looks fun. 3 balls of this and a 5mm crochet hook. I like the little tassels on it. Maybe a tote or a crop top, a lightweight granny square wrap even. A 4.5 is what it's suggesting, and it's a medium number 4 weight. Machine wash and dryable as always, 8 ounces and 481 yards in 1 cake. The only concern that I have about this is the little bits that look like coconut shavings all over it. Are they gonna get caught on my crochet hook? Cotton yarn is normally a hit or miss for me as well. Sometimes it'll get caught on my hook. Other times it's wound tight enough. This one doesn't seem to be incredibly tightly wound, but I think it's gonna be fine. Let's start working this one up first. I have no idea what I wanna do with it, but maybe we'll just do a little swatch, see if I even love it before I go ahead and completely stock up on this. I mean, I'm already in it, so no matter what, I have 4 of these to use. Let's hope that I like it. I went and grabbed a 4.5 and a 5. For whatever reason, I feel like I'm gonna like it better with a 5, but we'll start with the one that it suggests. We pull from the outside or the middle. That looks kind of like a mess. Oh no, not bad at all, hopefully. Is it caught or just kind of tight? Yeah, not bad. I would pull it from the middle. These little parts, they're not a sensory issue. They don't feel any different than the rest of the cotton yarn, which was another thing I was kind of concerned about, but I hardly feel it or notice it at all as I'm working things up. Either obviously works, and it's just going to depend on how tight I want the stitches for that pattern. Since this one on here is suggesting a 5, it makes me think if I'm going to do any sort of wearables, I might use a 5. Really isn't anything that I don't like about it. This one, look how gorgeous that is. I wish there was a little bit more of this black and white speckly bit, but I get why there's not, because it's called Cookie Cream Swirl. So we need a little swirl action going in there. Guessing this is the end. Oh, that was nice. I was assuming it was tricking and it was going to be the end part here, but no. This one suggests 5 again, right? 5 for the pattern and 5 for the hook. Okay. I'm going to have to throw this on the knitting machine in order to see the swirl worked up. But I just wanted to make sure the hook that they were suggesting felt like the right hook. And it does. I would for sure use this 5mm. I don't even want to stop. That's a good yarn to me. It suggests the 4mm crochet hook. How easy is it to find the end? Which side? Little yarn barf. Not terrible. If this is actually the end, it's not terrible. If it's not, oh, there we go. There it is. Yeah, not too bad. I'd still pull it from the middle. You can see it's really stretchy and lightweight. Another one of the reasons that I love the skinny cakes. This yarn is officially going to turn into a shrug. I just saw this sitting in the corner and I'm like, oh, my poison mushroom knitting machine. I use it all the time, but I normally only use it for the sleeves of my cardigans that I make on my knitting machine, which I guess a shrug is kind of just sleeves that go over top. Anyways, glossing over that, I just wanted to use the machine again, and I haven't finalized this pattern of a shrug. The last time I made it, I didn't write down all of the rows. So this time, hopefully it'll turn out. The yarn will work really well on, I mean, this little machine though, it likes a lot of different types of yarn, which I wasn't expecting, even after I completely took it apart and painted it. And I mean, it's holding up well. One shrug finished with less than one of these cakes. I feel like I even have enough yarn that I can make a beanie out of this, which I probably will do. Ended up being a small, medium, what were the rows that I did? So for the first part, which is just the sleeve here, I worked 88 rows. I don't know what I was expecting, but since it's called Cookie Cream Swirl, I thought these colors were gonna go into each other a little bit, but it's just straight across. So we have a stripy new shrug. The middle, I even did a little shorter than I normally do, or like made this part smaller, 63 rows, which measured to be about 16 inches because the last time I made it, it was just way too big and this part was a little bit baggy, but this is like shoulder to shoulder, exactly where I like it on a shrug. And then obviously the second part is 88 because I need to have them both even. Worked beautifully on the knitting machine. There were a couple of compress stitches that I had happen. I was going a little bit too fast because I was getting excited and I just wanted to crank off the last 40-ish rows. So there might be one, like right here, there is one. I didn't go back and fix it. I should have, especially because I feel like I'm gonna wear this all of the time now. This part right here, I want an entire cake just with this color. So now I need to do is single crochet on the edging. I need to tie off these. It ended up being more. Last time it was only 3. This time I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wanted a little more space, so I dropped 6 stitches instead of 3 to have a little more room on my shoulder. Overall though, really happy with how it worked up on the knitting machine. Happy crocheting with it. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna get more. Without even meaning to, created an entire look. Obviously, the color palette naturally went with each other, so whatever pieces I created, it was gonna go together. But this bag, can we give it a second here? So freaking fun. No direction, just started doing a magic circle. I think I did 10 increases, decided I was gonna make a bag. It has 2 hanks of yarn in here, but I think it'll be perfect for just a small one project type of bag. I'm eventually gonna make a liner for it, but I just wanted to see it all in action today. The skinny cakes, why did I not make a sweater from it? No real deep meaning. I was just running out of time last night and I wanted to get everything worked up, so leg warm as it is. Since it's a lightweight yarn, very airy, especially on the knitting machine, which I'm always so shook by how well it works on that. I'm gonna have to write it on the tag that it works with the knitting machine so I can make other projects from it. But this one, how many rows did I do? I think I just did 88 rows. No, I did 90 because I wanted it to bunch up a little bit. Obviously it wasn't going to be super stiff because it's so lightweight. There's a lot of space in between each stitch. Find where you can have natural thumb holes so I don't even have to create them on my sweater. They're just right there. And after I kind of work it up a little bit, I don't want to do it too much since this is my leg warmer. Just kind of push the stitches apart and then I'll do a single crochet around that so they stay that way. This yarn, if you want to see the entire color range, bigger projects is obviously going to be better. Or if you can use an entire cake just for the project, that'll be the best because you can see the full length of the color change. Small projects like this, 2 totally different leg warmers in color. They're pretty close. I didn't really care because they were leg warmers. They were gonna be all bunched up anyways. So the color could lay wherever it wanted to and I was gonna be more than happy with it. All 3 of these are an absolute yes for me, but this one, the coconut cake, was so much fun to work up. Many, many ideas that I have now for this. The other 2, definitely gonna add some more in my collection so I can work up a couple of sweaters. This would be a cute summertime sweater too. Like a lightweight mesh type of sweater. Okay, well, we have another one to add to my queue, ever expanding. If you've never used cotton yarn, you're kind of curious about this, and especially with all the texture action going on, I'd say try it. I had a lot of fun working it up. Those are my thoughts on the 3 new Caron cakes from Yarnspirations. However, this is not the last time that you and I are gonna chat about this yarn. Like I said, I'm gonna get going on some sweaters. So we're gonna see this yarn come back into the yarn dungeon again. Let me know in the comments what color jumped out to you out of all the brand new colors that they have. And if you're already working these up, what are you creating with them? All right, ghouls, have a fantastically spooky rest of your day and I will see you in my next video.